All right, let's go back to the NBA from East Coast to West Coast. How did you think LeBron and Luka worked? How did it come across to you?
I think it worked in bits. Obviously, it didn't work enough. I think
No.
I think that LeBron. I think it's time to move on. I feel like he sucks the joy out of that team. I feel like it would be in their best interest unless they're able to, really get some other pieces to let him go or to move on
Yeah.
from him. Obviously, there was points this season where he was. There were some stretches where he was top 5 player. There were other
Yeah.
stretches where he was top 10 player. But, for any one person in today's NBA to be able to carry a team is insane. I feel like physically they're different, but they're both very similar. They need the ball in their hand to be most effective. I think Luka definitely needs it more than LeBron needs it at this point in his career. But I mean, they looked bad in the playoffs. I think JJ's inexperience or hard-headedness got in the
Yeah.
way of what he did. I think some of it was inexperience and some of it was hard-headedness. That being said, they lost to a better team. They have pieces. They can move people around, and it's the Lakers. They're going to do something because it's the greatest show on earth, or it's supposed to be the greatest show on earth. And
Yeah.
whether you hate them or not, it's we're talking about them, and they're in Cancun somewhere.
So you think that LeBron made it hard on everybody else to have fun playing basketball because that Laker world revolves around LeBron and his moods and his divaness and all the above.
Yeah, I do. I think he's a vibe killer. I think he's got the greatest career. It's like you can't give any without giving a criticism of LeBron. You have to give a compliment because everybody said you're a hater. I'll say at the top of this, I think that LeBron has the greatest career out of any NBA player. Period. I don't think there's a debate for the second greatest career. That being said,
Okay, but you're not saying he was better or is better than Michael Jordan was. You're just saying he
no,
had the better career in longevity, right?
he's played
I
46
I
years
know, I
or
got it.
47 years. I don't
There's
know.
nothing
I
like
mean,
it. Yeah.
and this year, like I said, there was times where he was top 5 player in the league, definitely top 10 player in the league.
Yeah.
That being said, at the end of the day, Luka's the future. They traded, they got rid of AD in the trade that has been hashed out and discussed. LeBron has a 1 year, $54 million player option that he
His
probably
option.
declined.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they have some decisions. I think that we've been talking about this for years, whether or not he'll continue playing. It's like right now I'm having a flashback because me and you have talked about this probably 8 years ago,
It's
9 years
unbelievable.
ago.
Yep.
Can he keep going? So whether or not next year will be his last year or not, we know that if he's going to, I also think that he's a family man. I feel like as you get older and he's got a young daughter and he's got a son in school,
Yep.
whether it's Cleveland, New York, Miami, I can't see him at this point in his life as a man wanting to spend the next year on a new team because of the fact that he really has so many important roots outside of what he has going on for himself, but his daughter and his son, like it's tiresome. When you're 28, yeah, you're going to Miami. When you're 31, yeah, I'm going to Cleveland. When you're 34, you're like, yeah, I'm going to LA. It gets tougher when you're, what is he, 55,
Yeah, he's
56?
56 now. Yep.
56 years old.
Yep.
It's different. So that being said, we could sit here and dissect. We could sit here and analyze. I'm glad they got bumped. I love LeBron pain. I love it, and I love LeBron joy. But they got a lot of things to figure out. They have pieces. Jenny Buss, they don't play around. It's the Lakers. They're going to do something. What they're going to do, I don't know. I think they should go all in and try to get Giannis.
Really? Well,
If
are you saying they would try to trade LeBron then, or
I mean, why not?
yeah?
That would be crazy. But
Well,
but I don't know.
they've got their guy. They've got their Luka, who's whatever he is, 26. So he's they got their future box office taken
What do
care
you
of.
think? What do you think? Like, what do you like? If you had to make a bet, like of the 2 or 3 things that you think are going to happen this season, this offseason for the Lakers, what are you feeling right now? It's still early. The dust is still. Well, I mean, he couldn't even make it to the Met Gala last night. He had to make a statement that I can't go to the Met Gala because of the knee injury that I sustained. I don't know why he
Baloney.
just didn't go to
I
the
know
Met.
what I
Like,
think. BS.
that's what I think also.
Total BS. All of a sudden, I did something the other day on another show, but look, if you look at his 6 years as a Laker, he's been wildly unsuccessful as a Laker, except for 2020, pandemic, bubble, Mickey Mouse, Orlando, when he got 4 months off before the playoffs started, which he badly needed. And then most of the other teams didn't want to stay locked in the bubble for 3 months or however long it took. And they were kind of the last team standing. So he's got an asterisk, one last championship. But if you look at the rest of it, it's flame out after epic fail after flame out after epic fail. All the way, the last 3 years have been pathetic. He's 2-12 in his last 3 years in the playoffs. 2-12. And he's been horrendous late in games for them over the last 3 years. And this year, they're right there in 3 straight fourth quarters and just collapse. And Luka collapsed right along with him. Maybe he dragged Luka down the rabbit hole too. But again, they were just pathetic in 3 straight fourth quarters. And I agree with you. The other team's just a little better than they are, but they had them. They were, go back to game 4, that they're up 10 going to the fourth quarter at home.
That was crazy. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And LeBron had a 25-minute span over games 3, 4, and 5 in the fourth quarter in which he went scoreless, 25 straight minutes.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm with you. There were times during the year where I said he's 40 going on 28, because he did look top 5-ish occasionally. And then I don't know what happened. I think he shrank. I think there was a lot of pressure on him to sort of live up to Luka. And I think they kind of pressured each other into smithereens down the stretch of those 2 games. And you do get into that tricky, slippery slope of, is it your turn or my turn? Are you going to do this or am I going to do this? Or maybe you should do it. No, maybe you should do it. And nobody did it. And poor Austin Reeves, who's pretty good, he's just kind of looking like, am I supposed to shoot it now or what?
Yeah.
Well, the reason I don't think they're going to do anything different is because they are the greatest show on earth. They're must-see TV. They're, the soap opera of LeBron and Luka going into next year is extraordinary. I mean, they're like Magic Kareem worthy Showtime without the rings. I don't see how they're going to win, but man, will I be watching? Well, you can't stay up that late to watch this, but being in New York now, but you used to watch them when you were out here in LA.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, they'll pick up something or somebody.
Yeah,
we'll see.
They will. They need a big guy. Obviously, they need Anthony Davis. He had grown on me to where I liked him, and he is a top 5 player when he's healthy. And I know he's not always healthy, but they missed him dearly against Minnesota. If they'd had Anthony Davis and LeBron, without Luka, if it had been LeBron and Anthony Davis, I think they could have beaten Minnesota.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
I agree.